So we had the Cavs playing the Heat once again in this two-game matchup in Miami, and Donovan Mitchell was going off. Hits the tough step-back three-pointer, and with no Darius Garland, which was a real problem for the Cavs, which we'll talk about later, they started off so well with Donovan Mitchell just going off as he does and has been doing most of the season so far, and it has been spectacular. As he is just one of the best players in the NBA, man. Another incredible step back, side step. I don't know how you even call it, but he gives the Cavs a 9-point lead there before the end of the half. Ricky Rubio passes it to him. Another 3-pointer from him. 14-point lead for the Cavs here. But then Miami finally decided to show up. And you know it's on when Jimmy Butler hits a 3-pointer. Even though he's been shooting from the corner a little more, of course, this year. And it has been the one thing that he has added to his game in a way. It still is inconsistent. Here is a missed dunk by Isaac Okoro and in an incredible unlucky sequence, and Tyler Hero pulls up from deep. And despite him being also pretty not disappointing completely, but not great, he still, is a really solid player. Beautiful dunk on the miscommunication by Jimmy Butler. He was hyped, talking to the crowd, and Jimmy is one hell of a player, and he usually is pretty clutch. And Tyler Hero, like I said, when he's going, it's so nasty. Tough step back, and the Cavs were kinda getting buried here, but they did have one more life in them, as a beautiful lob pass to Evan Mobley makes it a 1-point game with 39 seconds to go, man. And Ricky Rubio played really well in place of Darius Garland in the closing lineup, essentially, right? But he's not the threat that Garland is from the outside. And Jimmy pulls up for the mid-range, 5-point game, points at the spot. And he was hyped. Donovan Mitchell has to miss, and they don't get the rebound. Jimmy finishes it off at the free throw line after this. And a really tough loss for the Cavs, but they were without Darius Garland, so it's understandable. Even though, of course, it sucks a little bit for them. They just ran out of gas, it felt like. And the Heat did turn it up, played some really solid defense. Tyler Hero turned it up. Jimmy Butler turned it up. Max Strus had one of his better games in a while. With his inconsistencies, one of his better games this year. 5 of 8, 14 points, 4 threes. Great stuff from him. Caleb Martin was really good off the bench. The bench overall played some really solid minutes, except for Cody Zeller on offense. But hey, not everything can go perfect. If it did, it would be too easy, man, and actually wouldn't be satisfying. Tyler Hero with 25, 9 and 4, 8 of 15. Turn up when you needed him the most. Great stuff. Bam with 19 was really good defensively. Not his best performance overall, but still made a hell of an impact. And Jimmy with 33, 5 and 3. A lot of those points were in the fourth quarter. He did close it out pretty much. 12 of 16. Great player he is. And he did answer Donovan Mitchell in a way, even though Donovan was also on fire. 42 points for him, 8 of 15. But he did run out of gas in a way, I felt like, right? And they started to also throw a little different looks at him. And it was just way rougher for him in that second half. But still an incredible performance overall. Caris LeVert was pretty solid, I felt like, in the first half, but like I said, the Heat put on more pressure on them, started defending, but I'm not sure what they actually, if they changed anything or if they just put more pressure, started to double team a little bit more, started to put more pressure on the ball handler, and forced, the others to make tougher decisions, but it just tired the Cavs out in the end without Darius Garland. Evan Mobley wasn't great, had one of his worst games in a while. Not his best for sure. Jared Allen 6 of 6 and 13, not bad but not great. Isaac Okoro had a great game, shout out to him. And the bench did, I would say, consider it considerably solid, since they are not perfect, right? But it's rough for the Cavs, but they are probably not gonna catch the number 1, 2, 3, right? And the Knicks have lost 2 games in a row, so it's nothing to worry about really. I think they have the 4th seed locked up in a way. Of course, anything can happen in these next 15 or 16 games, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm still very optimistic about the Cavs and still don't trust the Heat in the big picture.